Hello there, and welcome to a fabulous exclusive portrayal of disability neurodiverse filmmaking, in which the hosts of this special edition is myself, Michael Smith. Some call me the Dark Fox, but then who knows what he is. With me today is Sam Downie, a man who can speak for himself.
Thank you, Michael. Yes, I'm Sam Downie. I'm also a neurodiverse filmmaker and actor as well. And we thought we would talk to you today about what it is to become neurodiverse filmmakers and the films that we've developed and produced recently. And what you're about to see are some short films,
Yes.
as well as an exclusive trailer for a fantastic film. And it's a new feature film, currently in post-production and will be out fairly soon. And I'll be talking to the filmmaker. First of all, Michael.
Yes.
Michael Smith, tell me who you are and how have you become a neurodiverse filmmaker? Tell me about your background.
Wow. Okay, so, yes, my name is Michael Smith, and I am no stranger to the media outlet of camera and editing, and filmmaking and editing itself. From a young teenager age, I first had a breakthrough in a project called Brave New World that revolved on disability media and computer technology, digital media at the time. Eventually, I found the people and the resources that are made to make light and dark, which would lead me up to Dawn of the Dark Fox, but more of that later.
Indeed.
Sam,
Yes, Michael.
I'm gonna have to tell you, you told me who I am, I told you who I am. Can you tell me then, what are you, who are you, what are you all about, and what it is in being a neurodiverse filmmaker?
Well, Michael, I can tell you what it's like. It's about my background as a neurodiverse filmmaker. So, as we're filmmakers with autism, or on the autistic spectrum, but over my lifetime, I've developed as an actor, first of all, but I got interested in filmmaking via Aardman Animations, with their classic animated films made in Bristol using plasticine and their short films Creature Comforts, which are really wonderful. And that inspired me to work out how to be a filmmaker. What do you need to make films, animated films? I was a teenage then, and I was really inspired, and my dad luckily got hold of a little cine camera, so I can try and experiment to make a animated film. Wasn't that great, but for a teenager, it was just an experiment.
It was the beginnings of something greater.
Yeah, beginnings.
How long?
So over the years, I've learnt how to become a filmmaker. I've learnt cameras and audio gear. And so I have this sort of vast knowledge of what it takes to make TV and films and being a storyteller. Indeed. On both on the screen as well as in production. So recently, I applied for a project called Different Voices. So Different Voices was a project that invited neurodiverse filmmakers like us to be part of. And the challenge is to make some short films and some feature films and to be able to work together as disabled filmmakers with the challenge to make the films, edit them as well, and then get them screened. And so we've screened the films.
Yes, we have.
At festivals. So Michael, where have we been to the festivals?
We have been everywhere.
Okay.
Where haven't we been?
Yeah.
We have been to Sheffield. We have been...
So that was Sheffield Dockfest.
Yes. You're going to have to help me, I'm afraid. Me having autism, I have a sort of a slight short memory about where exactly we've been. So help me out here.
Okay.
We need to help ourselves,
Yep.
We must help each other among these times of turbulent crisis.
Yes,
we have been to places in London. Elaborate on that, Sam.
That was the ICA cinema in London.
That was indeed. That was some of our finest moments, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. We have also been... has it been Manchester?
No, we've been to... So, in Bristol, we did Encounters.
We did Encounters.
As well as to Wales as well.
Yeah, we did.
To a disability film festival.
Yes.
Working with a company called Hijinks.
Yes.
And with different voices. Of course, that's being run by 104 Films.
Yeah.
And Bigger House Film.
Yes.
So, Michael, talk me about some of the background around how you came across Bigger House Film and 104. So,
the organisation, after Brave New World, was a okay sort of hit. I was then signed on to a organisation in the southwest of Bristol. That was the Northwest Media Centre, still going today after 20 years now.
Okay.
From there, I learned the basics of storytelling, and I learned the key aspects of computer technology. That will be skills that would help me in the long run. It was also there that I did my first course of animation, made by a particularly wonderful guy. Danny, his name was Danny the Great. And it was there, among there, that I met this guy called Tom Stubbs and his partner, Joff Winterhart. Now, I thought Tom Stubbs was a bit hairy back then. I thought he was. I thought he was like Batman and Joff was sort of like Robin, because of the Batman-Robin dynamic going on here. And I always nicknamed him Batman, and I don't think he did not appreciate it, not one bit. But we did a couple of short little projects, short little films. But it wasn't until Light and Dark that he truly, truly worked together in a perfect collaboration in which we would then pitch all of our resources and our skills together to create something. Okay. What that something is, no one knew at the time. It was unheard of. This film, Light and Dark, was a weird sort of genre. Nobody thought it would amount to much, yet amongst all the open mouths and stares, it sort of won acclaim and praise.
It won an award at the Encounters Film Festival.
2 awards, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 awards. I stand you correct. It is the Jury Award of Watershed 2009 and the Audience Award of 2009 in the Watershed, and that was rare. You can have one award or you could have the other one, but very rarely does a film get that such praise that it gets both awards. It did in the end, and we also got an award in London as well, out of the 30 participants that was there. And a whole bunch of other places and awards we won over the years with Light and Dark. And it was still going strong even after 6 or 7 years of it being, finished. It was good. It had strength. It had something that not many people went. We went past the boundaries of what a genre of film would be.
And especially made by people with disabilities.
Yes.
Autism and
autism. Yeah. It was made by a person with autism. It was delicately crafted out by a person with autism so that then it could entertain people throughout the whole of the UK and maybe even beyond.
Okay. So, let's show you some films. What's the first film we're going to see, Michael?
Let's do yours first.
Okay.
I want to ask you, so there's this short film that's been buzzing about for some time now.
Okay.
And I just want to sit here and ask you face to face, like a person with autism to another, what is this short film, this latest project, and the inspiration behind it? Tell me that.
Okay, Michael. Well, the film is called Unique Human. And it was made as part of Different Voices with the help from 104 Films and a Bigger House film in Bristol. And I kind of came up with the idea with seeing some adverts on TV, and I thought, can I do something with had a bit of inspiration behind it? There was all these adverts about cars and things like that, but I thought there was nothing about disability. So I thought about it, and I thought, there's something here, something that's missing. And one advert which stood out for me is actually from 1994, from Apple Computers. And I want to show you that little inspiration now because it's only 30 seconds. So here's the advert called Think Different.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
So Michael, that was the little advert which inspired my film. So now I want to show you the film. So it's called Unique Human, and it's been screened at lots of international film festivals, which we've already mentioned already, with Sheffield Film Festival, Sheffield Doc Fest, and Encounters Film Festival in Bristol, as well as the ICA in London. The reason why the audience have loved it, in fact, it was submitted to BAFTA as well, and they considered it for the 2020 Film Awards. But alas, it made the long list, but not the short list. But yeah, so sadly, but we shall see what the future holds.
Isn't that the way? Without further ado, let's see what this is all about. Take it away.
Let's have a look. Have you ever thought about how unique you are? Have you thought about who you are and that you are the only unique in the world? Your flaws make you unique. Do not hide them. Be proud of them. Be authentic. Be real. Be yourself. It takes courage to be you. Be bold about it. Be strong about it. Zero tolerance to disableism, sexism, classism, racism, or any kind of discrimination. We are all part of the same species, the unique human. Being perfect is artificial. Being imperfect is beautiful and real. Different, weird, random, odd, strange, geek are all adorable adjectives. It's okay to feel sad, anxious, tired, or angry sometimes. Imitation is boring. Fit no stereotypes. Labels are a great enemy of human equality. Never forget you are human, unique and imperfect. Celebrate neurodiversity. Unique human. So, Michael, that was a unique human. So that was my film.
That looked really quite amazing. It looked positively. I think it was really thought out, and it is quite inspirational. Every time I see it, I think I always get a new sort of a vibe from it, as though I was quite happy in watching all of it. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay. So now, can you tell me about your debut feature film, and which is Dawn of the Dark Fox? And as you're the film director of it, as well as an actor within it, what was the influence? You've told me about some of that already, but tell me about the film right now. What it's in post-production, so you're editing it now. Tell me when it's going to be out, and more information about Dawn of the Dark Fox.
Okay. Well, Dawn of the Dark Fox, where do I even begin? This was a thing that happened, I don't know, sometime after 2011, I believe. So there I was, and Tom Scobes came to me, Michael, I think we have something that could just be up your street.
Okay.
You've done a short film. How would you like to do a feature film, Michael? A feature film, I say? And he goes, yeah, a feature film. That means a more sort of like broader, more wider scope of film that is more mainstream and more out there. And I go, oh my God. Because people like Light and Dark so much, they want to see more of me. So we thought, okay then, how do we go and make a film past Light and Dark? For example, the Dark Fox, the entity that's been around in Light and Dark, I feel like I could do a story about that itself. We saw glimpses of it in Light and Dark. Now let's see how we could broaden the symbiotic relationship between myself and the Dark Fox. How is he a part of me? Is he something else? Is he my alter ego? Is he something more sinister? So we then started work on devising a story, and we started making storyboards and scripts. We got a fabulous producer on board, and we have been working non-stop to make this story happen with clips from before. It is a film that is half documentary, half storytelling, half fiction, shall we say. Complete with puppetry, real life stuff, and animation. It is a combination of all that, all lumped together, just like before in Light and Dark, but on a more grand scale. This has been going about for some time now. There were always obstacles in the way, but we did get a breakthrough through Creative England. Bless their souls, Creative England saw potential in us and supported us throughout. Later, we received a grant to use the studios within Sheffield to go and Sheffield shoot some of the props that we have created. And to be a director for the first time, seeing a physical manifestation of an idea that you created on paper, nothing else gives me a higher great feeling than that of seeing your own work made real, made flesh. And so, because of this, we've put something together. It's an ongoing project. Even now, we are still ironing out and working out the kinks around it to polish it and to make it into a film that we send off to the powers that be. And even then, we need to work to make the actual 90-minute segment. But if this goes well, and if we pull it just right, and if I shift my weight even more than I ever have done in my life, we can make Dawn of the Dark Fox something that we can take home away saying, yes, it was made by a person with autism, a person behind the wheels, controlling and directing people into how to work this scene or how to perform in that scenario. And it gives an incredible feeling of a taste of true power, a taste of, well, true directorship, one that I've always longed and dreamed to, and that's where we are at the moment.
Okay. So, for the viewers right now, let's show the trailer, the new trailer for Dawn of the Dark Fox, specially for you.
You better come in.
We are going on a journey to a world of wonder, of fantasy, of learning. We shall experience many strange things together, and we will do it under my name.
Not my name. Aren't I involved?
Yeah, your name as well.
Oh, right, thanks.
In the film world, the slightest thing could spell absolute disaster. One budgeting, one marketing,
marketing.
flopping.
Yeah, we got to make it though. Flopping. Who's doing the flopping?
You are.
Oh,
You
right.
suck. Me and my best partner, Tom. Say hello, Tom.
Hello, everyone.
We are going to go on a journey. We will experience many strange things together. Why are you filming me?
Well, what are we doing?
It is true that I like to live in my imagination, regardless of what other people think of me. And this film is about me and my autistic genius.
It's a buddy movie.
So why are we going to Edinburgh?
To pitch for feature film.
Look at him. He has been a thorn in your side.
So Tom, ready to go back home?
Yeah, hang on a
Our
minute.
train's nearly
I
out.
just
What?
got to get some food.
Where are you going? Tom, where are you going? Our train's going at any minute now. Where are you going?
Come on, Mike, quickly. Can you run any faster? Keep going. There it is.
You've missed it, Tom.
I'm not the bad guy here. He is.
We missed it! Oh, damn you, Tom! Why did you do that?
I thought we had time. Time.
Missed it! Why did you do that?
my city. But still, I'm pretty much stuck here. Unless I find a way to upset Michael. Something is going on with your life at the moment.
Well, Dark Fox, the next few days are going to be a big few couple of days. Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted. I hope you're happy. Because I'm certainly...
You're in the dark.
Yeah. Because I'm certainly not.
Do you know how confusing it is for an autistic person to be forced to find a new house? Do you... Let me show you.
And how do you think I will cope with all this?
There will be a final showdown in this film, Tom. Because we both know who is directing this film. It is I, the Dark Fox. And my power is absolute.
Are you sure about this, Michael?
Yes, it will be Dawn of the Dark Fox, Tom.
That was really fantastic, Michael. Great film. I'm looking forward to seeing the final film on screen of Dawn of the Dark Fox.
Here's hoping.
Yes. Okay, so Michael, I've got another question for you.
Yeah.
So, Michael, to wrap up our little screening session right here, so my final question to ask you is, where do you see yourself and your aspirations as a filmmaker on the neurodiverse spectrum? What would you like to do with your filmmaking talent?
Right. So, yes, I've been thinking long and hard about that.
Okay.
After the Dawn of the Dark Fox, depending of how much of a success it is, I would really like to do even more projects in the future concerning my own story. One thing that I probably won't do in the future is any more documentaries about my life. After Dawn of the Dark Fox, I think I covered pretty much my livelihood as I possibly can. I now want to do fictional stories about all the characters I've created so far and new ones, brand new ones in the future. There's something brewing there, a greater story coming out, something that's in the works. And if Dawn of the Dark Fox proves to be such a hit, I can then use the resources from bigger, better things to create even more bigger stories, bigger sets of emotion and greater depth of storytelling in order to achieve the ultimate desire of sending my word and my story out there.
And what have you learnt as a filmmaker?
Oh, I think a few things that I've learned. You really do get around more quickly in the media world if you have a whole bunch of connections with a lot of people that you know and trust, working with you to make things possible. Knowing your producer, knowing people like Tom Stubbs, and knowing you and your connections is sort of like the ticket that is needed to, find my way around through filmmaking. The only other thing that works is that with a flair of originality and a creativeness that I have, you probably will get far if you have a taste of going to a deep end and just flinging your creativity out there. Making yourself raw entertainment into what you could offer to the world. And there are other things brewing, but I cannot, for the sake of my honour as a person with autism, explain this to you now, but there are things brewing my way. Sam, you have yet to ask me, amongst all of your questions, where do you see yourself and aspirations that you may have in your future?
Well, Michael, after my film Unique Human, which I want to say thank you to Tom Stubbs and Stephen Clark from Bigger House Film, and Alex Osborne from 104 Films as the executive producer of our films. And their help has been really fantastic.
Yes. They're all a bunch of marvellous people, all of them, every single one of them. I must extend my thanks to them as well. Without them, I probably would have gotten nowhere. So there's that to consider. We must all be very thankful and grateful for everyone who has helped us get to this point.
Yes. So for me, Michael, well, I want to take my talents elsewhere, not just as a filmmaker, but also as an actor, performer, and voiceover artist, and voice actor. Because I love performing as well. And I also, I'd like to make some films, not necessarily animated, but some more documentaries or interviews like this. And let's see where it goes. And you can't perceive the future of where you want to be.
No.
But with the right, as we're talking about, you knowing the right people, knowing the right, having the right skill set, and constantly learning about the skills that you know, whether that's in acting or filmmaking,
and knowing your disability rights.
Knowing your disability rights, exactly, really important, and especially if you want to work, is to tell your employer about your disabilities and ask them for a reasonable adjustment, because they have to do that by law. And for viewers, my tip is to constantly learn and also reach out to other filmmakers, whether they're disabled or not, and to organisations who help people with disabilities, creativity. For example, there's some Hollywood studios which will now want to work with disabled artists and creatives. To get us onto more feature films, which is really fantastic.
And even then, you'll probably have to fight your way among that, just so that you will just have to remind them every now and then your disability rights to them, and just what it means to be working with people with disability, or rather to be working with people of a neurodiverse faction.
Exactly. People on a neurodiverse spectrum who think different. And maybe are different, but we're all different anyway. And to understand our needs and what we need to be able to get out there and work. And also, an important thing is to be positive about things. And to be kind to each other. And to need each other. We need to need each other now more than ever. We need to get together, we need to work together, and others amongst ourselves. We need to always be on a constant group of just supporting one another, if we can, so that then we can get the best out of what we want to be. And so that as a neurodiverse faction, we can then go out there and say, we are neurodiverse. We have done it. We are here. We will never go. We will exist from now until the end of time, which could be tomorrow. So maybe, who knows?
We'll have to be there for all until our last breath.
Yes. So for now, thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting our films. Our films can be found online, and you can, if you miss them, you can watch them again. But we would love to screen them at your cinemas and at more festivals as well. And we also love to come and talk about our films and creativity and who we are as disabled people. So thank you for watching us.
Thank you very much, you beautiful, wonderful people.
And let's have the last word from the Dark Fox.
I am the Dark Fox. I possess the mind of this person with autism. If you never heard of me now, you will do soon in my film. I hope you'll be there, because if you don't, I will haunt your very soul.
I'm sorry, don't know what to expect of myself there.
Well, thank you indeed. Michael Smith.
And Sam Downie.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for watching.